Hi all, hope you all are doing well. So, in our journey today, we are going to discuss about some more commands which are very useful for Linux admin profile. Okay, so before we start, so let's take a scenario that we have some files in our that system, okay, which are accessible to each and everyone in the system. Okay, so suppose there are 10, 20, 30 users in the server. Okay, and they all can access some common files, but due to security concerns we want that nobody can edit or can remove to these files. So what if everyone can access, then hope they can edit also. Okay, so we can that change the file permission, and we can, or we can create a separate group. Okay, and then can assign permission to read only for that group, and can add all the members in that group. But if someone have sudo access, or that we can say that root access, then that they can change the file permission. Okay, they can modify it, they can delete it. Okay, or that's accidentally maybe. Okay, so in that case, what can we do to secure our that infra, right? So for this we have a command like chattr, right? So for this we have a command chattr. chattr. So chattr actually change the attribute of a file or a directory, so which prevent us to that remove or to that edit the file. Okay, so let's take a live example that I'm creating a file test. Okay, this is test file. Okay, okay, so we have entered some line there, right? So now uh, let's try to remove this. Okay, I'm creating, will try to remove the root user only. Okay, so right, we can remove that file. Okay, so let's create it again. There's some network issue, let me check. Yeah, so we have created two files on the two lines in the file. Okay, so now I'm going to apply a attribute there, right? Chatter plus I, right? So now what, is it possible that we can remove or edit a file, right? So let's try to edit first. Okay, running. Okay, yeah, so let's try to edit this file. Okay, that when we accidentally that close some file, so that there are swap file created in the backend, so I delete that backend file. Okay, that's swap file. So I'm going to edit this file. Okay, so warning. Okay, uh, this is new line in file. Let's try to save if we can save. No, it is saying that can't open file for writing, right? Let's try to save it forcefully. No, so I will close this file. So what's happened there, that the attribute which you set, using that chattr plus I. Okay, so that attribute prevent us to edit or to remove that file. Okay, so we are able to that edit a file. Okay, we can open it, we can go to insert mode with that with vi editor, but we can't edit or add any content there, right? So now try to remove this file. I'm trying to remove forcefully. Let's no, can't. The operation not permitted. I'm login with root, right? And check that I'm login with root, and root user unable to delete a file. How is it possible? This is possible because we have set a attribute on the file which don't allow to edit or to delete a file, right? So how can we check what attribute is set there? So for this we have a lsattr command. Okay, so lsattr command do it's check the attributes of a file. So one more thing that will tell you that when we try to that edit a file which have the attributes, then it creates the back, then it creates some that no, the some random files, okay, with the same name. Okay, so if you try to edit more that once again, then you have to create one more file there. Okay, so right, so that we can check, we can that no, we can identify that if anyone try to edit or to what. So let's try to read this. Yeah, content is the same because nothing is added there. Okay, so lsattr command is used to check the attributes. So we can check there is attribute set in the file test which preventing to remove or to that edit the file. Okay. So how can we that remove that attribute? So that's the same command. Okay, hyphen I and test. Now let's see the attribute is not there. So now we can edit or we can that remove our file. Okay, so let's try to edit the file. Okay, this is a new line in file. Okay, try to save it. Yeah, so now file is saved. Okay, before this it was not that allowing us to save the file. So let's delete these files. Understanding us. My bad. I'm sure deleted the correct file. Okay, no issue. We can create it again. Right. So I'll create the file again. There's some network issue today. I'm facing issue. I'm trying to delete the copy files. Okay. So now again we have one more scenario there. So we have a file in which we want that nobody can edit our that existing content, but can append a content in the file, right? So in simple words, that if I have a file this, okay, so nobody can edit my these two lines, okay, but can edit, can append the next line, okay. So like that, I want that these two lines can't be changed by anyone, okay, but user can that append a new line, okay, that user can edit in next line, okay, whatever we want to write there. So for this, what? For this, we have one more that argument there. We can set one more attribute. So with the chattr only, we can use plus a. Plus a allow to append a new line in the file, but deny to edit the current line. Okay, so let's check. So let's check the attribute with lsattr command. So yeah, attribute append is there now. So try to edit the file. Not allowed to edit, right? So switch end line, right? So let me try to save. No, I do not allowed to save. Let's save only. Just see, it's not allowing to save the file, right? Because it's not allowed to edit. But we can append a line. So how we can append if we are unable to edit a file with EI, that VI, then we can append line with the help of echo. Echo, this is append line. Okay, so double input reactor should be there and test, right? Let's check if it's work or not. Yeah, we that you can see that the new line is there now. Okay, so we are unable to edit with VI because editing is prohibited there, right? Editing deny, but we can append a line with echo, right? So let's try to one more thing. Yeah, okay, let's try to remove delete this file rf and rf and test. No, operation not permitted. So these type of that attributes are required when we are using any cron job. Okay, and we have a specific script in this in the cron job. Okay, that we are running a specific script. So we want that nobody can change, nobody can that delete. Okay, so we want that these files that to be more secure. Okay, so for these we use these attributes like insert and append attributes. Okay, so for this let's check attribute. Yeah, so now nobody can edit the file but can append a new line in the file, right? You can see that how many times we try to change the file, that all the duplicate file are there for this, right? So to if we want to secure a file, then we can use chattr command to set attribute like plus I or plus a, or as per our requirement, right?